Yes, sir. I'm with you, brother. We ready. Sports World, y'all ready? Y'all ready, Sports World? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's going down. Let's go. Let's go. Get ready, Sports World. It's going down. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let's go. We ready. We ready.
You know, you'll hear the link will be, you know, I'll point you, you'll know when to come in with that. And then remember, if you want 837-1112, the hotline, if they want to.
That's right. I'm coming. I got fire starter questions tonight, too.
Beautiful. Can you hear that good? Or is that the way you want it?
What?
Or are you using the headphones?
Yeah, I'm using the headphones.
Okay. All right. I'm going to shut you in. All right.
Got you. Let's go. Like and share. Come on. History about to be made right now. Let's get it. Let's go. We on the way. We locked in. Let's go, Sports World. Let's go. Get ready, like and share. Sports talk at its finest coming up. Oh my God. Yes. You know who it is in the building. Let's go. We are here. Power 96.5 Mix 1080 Radio. Let's go. Late night sports. WUFO Late Night Sports. I'm here. Andre the Torch Robinson, the fire starter, is in the building. Ready to give you sports talk tonight like no other. I'm fired up. Bills Mafia, y'all should be fired up. Sports World, get fired up. Yeah, we here. I want to shout out everybody that's tuned in right now. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Thank you to all the listeners. Yeah, call lines already smoking hot right now. If you want to call in, 716-837-1112 is the call line tonight and every night. Y'all know that. Come on. Let's get it. Call line. Hey, caller. What's up? Let's get the caller in right now. Let's get him in right now. Can we get him in? Caller, what's good? Caller, you are on the Mix 1080 WUFO Power 96.5 Late Night Sports. What's up? How you doing tonight? Okay. You ready to talk about some Buffalo Bills talk? You ready for some Buffalo Bills? What you? Oh, well, let's get it. Sports world, y'all know what happened. I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all know what happened. The Buffalo Bills, Monday night, prime time. Can I say the least that it was 14-10? The Patriots get a decisive victory over the Buffalo Bills. Unfortunately, I know Bills Mafia, the whole entire community wanted more than 10 points, but nevertheless, it happened. I need to know your thoughts. What was your thoughts on the game, caller? I know you was watching. What was your thoughts?
I personally felt like the ref was cheating. And they was not calling no flags that should have been called. And it wasn't giving what supposed to give. I blame the ref.
Are you saying the refs wasn't giving the Bills no love, even at home? The Bills was at home, they wasn't giving them no love?
There was holding, there was so many, too much aggressiveness. It was just crazy.
So we gonna blame the refs tonight. We're gonna blame the refs. Hey, those striped shirts.
So many touchdowns that could have been made, and Patriots was holding, the ref didn't say nothing.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, caller. There is a lot of holding in the NFL. It just depends on when the refs want to call it. It does depend on those striped shirts. Most of the time, those striped shirts, can't see sometimes. But nevertheless, we gotta rise above. We gotta rise above and play above the refs. We know that the refs make some calls that ain't worth making, and they miss some calls that's worth making. So listen, the Buffalo Bills have to play above the refs. That's just how it is. All right, in the NFL. So what else did you see, caller, real quick before we get smoking hot on this lovely Wednesday night?
Honestly, I just realized that when it came to the Patriots, they played a good game, but for us to lose and they barely throwing anything just didn't help us. That's why I really feel like the rest was cheating, because they only made like three throws.
Yes, you are right. Mac Jones, rookie quarterback for the New England Patriots, only threw the ball 3 times, completed 2 passes, threw the ball 3 times, 19 yards. And yes, with that, he beat the Buffalo Bills. Him and Bill Belichick and that team beat the Buffalo Bills, unfortunately. You are right. They only threw the ball 3 times, but nevertheless, you knew all week. We knew all week, sports world, what the game plan was for the New England Patriots. We knew that they were going to sweep left, sweep right. My guy who runs the show, by the way, that runs the place that's in Tampa right now. Shout out to my guy, Mookie Hawkins, in Tampa right now, probably sipping on a Mai Tai or a mimosa, having a good old time down there. He definitely mentioned it on the show. We talked about the New England Patriots running the football. Damian Harris had a field day with the Bills run defense. And that's how it went. I mean, again, the Buffalo Bills run defense again this week was on display and exposed by a good running team. They can run it back. They can run it front. They can run it up down your throat. That's what they did. They passed 3 times, and that was it. And that's all they needed. All they needed. Well, I tell you what, the Bills need to be super aggressive. Get pass rush because they did not touch Mac Jones at all because he only threw the ball 3 times. But they need to make sure that they stop the run because Leonard Fournette is the running back this week coming up in Tampa, and it's nice. There probably will be no inclement weather. So the Bills better get on their high horse real quick, and I hope Leslie Frazier has a game plan for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I also hope that Brian Daboll has a better offensive game plan for the Buffalo Bills this week. Because I can tell you what, there will be some heavy talk if the Buffalo Bills go 7-6. If the Bills end up 7-6, there will be some heavy talk. Yeah, you don't need that. Definitely don't need that. We don't need that here at WUFO Power 96.5. By the way, this is WUFO Late Night Sports. Man, sports world, where you at, man? The goal line's already early on fire. Bang the line, 716-837-1112. Caller, what's your name, by the way?
My name's Ashay. I work for the Buffalo Bills. That's very.
Yes, you do. Gate 7, am I right?
Yeah, Gate 7.
Shout out to all the Buffalo Bills workers, the people that work at the Bills Stadium, making your entertainment needs, giving you the entertainment that you need every Sunday or Monday, depending on how the schedule goes. But shout out to them for doing such a great job. Ashay, I appreciate you calling. All right, y'all know what it was, man. The Patriots. Those godforsaken Patriots, 14-10 over the Buffalo Bills. I got some key factors in this game. Obviously, she mentioned one. Caller mentioned one. Mac Jones, 2 for 3, 19 yards. Josh Allen threw the ball 30 times. Why? 15 for 30, 145 and a touchdown. I don't know why we're throwing the ball 30 times in that type of weather conditions. But nevertheless, Brian Dable probably this week will have to explain that if he hasn't already. Also, Damian Harris had 10 carries, 111 yards, and a touchdown, 64-yard touchdown to open up the scoring for sure. And again, I told you, the Patriots' game plan was to run the ball down the Buffalo Bills' throat. They were going to do it. DJ Ready Rob, what's up? What's up? We got a caller on the line again. We got another caller on the line. Let's go. Bang my line, 716-837-1112. We ready. Caller, what's good? Me who? Rod? What's good? How's it going?
Good.
So how did you feel about the game?
Okay, so first and foremost, let me make something real clear. It was not on the official Monday night. Absolutely not. Okay? Our run defense needs to improve next week, or we're going to get absolutely blown out by Tampa.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And Josh Allen is struggling right now.
You can't tell Bills Mafia that. Brock Kowalski, by the way, what's going on? Hey, Brock, you cannot tell Bills Mafia that Josh Allen is struggling right now. I know you do not want that. I know. He is for sure.
But he is. I'm just taking it back. I love Josh Allen. People are coming at the Bills for paying him all that money this past offseason. I'm like, are you kidding me? The Bills have to. But right now, he's just struggling bad. And
so let me ask you this question, Brock. Do you think that that's because Josh Allen is personally having problems acclimating himself to this season compared to last season? Or is it because of the offensive play calling?
I think it's because he's not getting enough protection.
Good point.
It's clearly shown. My favorite still is on that offensive line, Mr. Deion Dawkins, and he has not looked good the last 3-4 weeks.
You're right. Deion Dawkins hasn't been the same since dealing with COVID. But go ahead.
I just think that he's missing on open throws. He missed big ones in the fourth quarter when he was wide open. Again, much like he did in Tennessee. So it's not on the rough to get that out of the way. It's on this run defense, and Josh Allen just struggling right now. And he needs to, but everybody around him needs to step up, and that includes Brian Dable.
Absolutely, 110%. I'm just wondering what's going on in practice, right? right now. I'm wondering what the Bills are working on in practice. It should be gap integrity because, again, we see a team that can run the football, bust a wide open, like I said earlier, 64-yard touchdown to open the scoring, Damian Harris. I mean, what happened? Matter of fact, what happened to all these folks that was talking about Latulele, a.k.a. Starlet toilet paper, being the man who was going to plug up holes and make it easier for Ed Oliver and others to pass rush and to be able to defend the run? What happened? I'm just wondering what's going on. I'm wondering what's going on with that guy. What happened? Where's he at?
And good mind, Andre. Yes, he just came off the COVID list and blah, 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 but every team is dealing with that. Everybody. So that's an invalid excuse. I don't know. He has not been noticed in a number of weeks.
Well, I tell you what, there is really no excuses in the NFL. Don't nobody care or pay to hear excuses or to watch excuses thereof. But I will say this, Brock, where can they find you, by the way? Put it out there right now. Where can they find you? Shameless plug right now.
You can find me at Brock the Hunter podcast on YouTube. That first episode will be coming out very soon. It's mainly a basketball podcast, but I also talk a little Bills on there too when necessary. So stay tuned.
Awesome. Thank you for calling, Brock. We greatly appreciate you.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Now, sports world, we got to get back into this talk about the Buffalo Bills who took a loss Monday night in primetime again to the New England Patriots, who we hate to lose to, the team we swept last year, the team that we prided ourselves on. The Beast of the East battle, they lost, but they get them in 2 weeks. We'll talk about that more, too, later on in the show. But I got to get back to some more of these key elements of the game, which the Bills only had 99 total yards rushing. Stephon Diggs had four catches for 51 yards. The Bills only had two plays of 20 or more yards, which, if you want to beat the Buffalo Bills, don't give up the chunk plays. Right? Josh Allen's 21-yard run and Stephon Diggs' 26-yard completion was the only two major plays in the game for the Buffalo Bills. The total yards edge went to the New England Patriots, 241 to 230. They both had 10 drives apiece. New England averaged 5 yards a play. Buffalo averaged 4. Chris, I see you in here. I see you in here in the comments right now. Shout out to everybody that's on social media watching too. Make sure you hit the power play page on the WUFO power page. I'm sorry, on Facebook Live. You can definitely hit that page up. Make sure you hit that page. All right. Make sure you hit the page for the #1 radio station right now and forever. Power 96.5. All right. Yards per play. Per pass, 6.3, Buffalo 4.1. Buffalo had 4 red zone trips, only capitalized on 1. Time of possession, 32 minutes for the New England Patriots. Buffalo had 28. Buffalo had 4 first downs on third down, by the way. 4 for 13 on third down. New England was 2 of 12, but it didn't even matter because they was just running the ball down their throat and playing field position majority of the game, right? Let's analyze this a little bit more too. Chris says, no, we can't run the ball. That's why they was throwing. And no, they got no protection. Stars got to go. My guy Monster, what's good? He said big things is popping. Yes, big things is popping. By the way, make sure y'all like and share if y'all on social media right now. YouTube, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. But we in the building right now. Power 96.5. WUFO Mix 1080. You are listening to Late Night Sports. WUFO Late Night Sports, and I think somebody else just banged my line too. By the way, I think my guy DJ Ready Rob got that right now. Caller on the line is coming, but nevertheless, the Bills just did not capitalize on anything, and we're gonna go to the caller right now. Caller, what's up? Yes, he was. He was talking to me on the line. Chris, what's good?
What's good?
What's going on?
Calling from Norton, Jersey.
Jersey in the house.
Monday was terrible. It was terrible to the point that I'm trying to figure out. I love Leslie Frazier. I love Dable. I'm looking at all these groups and they're like, he gotta go. They gotta go. They gotta go. It's not that. I mean, they put the play in. Y'all gotta execute.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out how Beasley. I know Beasley hurt, but y'all not involved in Beasley at all and nothing anymore. I don't get it. Two, the run game. I thought it'd get better. I thought Breida would be better, but I forgot Breida's a fumble guy, and I don't know. The wide receivers, I knew this year Diggs wasn't going to get what he did last year because he was going to figure him out. I think Davis needed to be more involved in the game. Emmanuel Sanders, he had his little thing to go, but Davis was a big part of that offense last year. And he needed to involve him more. Knox dropped a couple of big passes. Josh Allen missed a couple of big passes. But the play calling, it was suspect to me a little bit. But look, I love my Bills. We got to figure something out bad. Because New England shouldn't have won that game. That run game, shit, after Jonathan Taylor ran all over us, we should have figured out, look, we got to stop the run. Now, what you were saying about Starr, your Starr got to go. I'm done with him. I'm so done with him. He got to go.
So Chris, let me comment on a couple things that you just said first and foremost. First and foremost, you spoke about the run defense. Yes, the run defense has been abysmal. They have not been able to get any push up front whatsoever. Leslie Frazier has got to figure that out. Number two, you talked about getting Cole Beasley involved. Well, I'm going to tell you this. When you are rushing 4 and dropping 7, it is kind of hard to get Cole Beasley involved. They have the antidote. You spoke on Stephon Diggs a little bit too. Listen, teams have tape now. When you have tape, you're going to adjust from season to season. So when they're playing cover 2 shell or cover 3, that's what they're doing. They're watching Stephon Diggs. They're doubling him up. And Beasley, they know what's happening. They could get pass rush with 4 guys. So we're going to just drop 7 and we're going to spy. I see Beasley. He won't get the ball. You're going to have to throw it to somebody else. As far as Dawson Knox, that's a recurring theme constantly. We have seen that so many times. Dawson catches the hard ones, drops the easy ones, right? As far as Breida is concerned, can't get too many carries if you're fumbling the football and you can't protect the ball. If you can't protect the ball, you got to go sit on the bench, and we got to change up the game plan because why? We can't fumble or give up the ball. Okay? So those things also, you got to account for those things. Okay, got to account for those things. My other thing is too, real quick, before we go to another caller too, I have to state that the Buffalo Bills should have learned from last year's game against Kansas City because that's what it reminded me of. You played Kansas City last year in the same type of climate, and they did what? Ran the ball. Clyde Edwards-Helaire ran the ball, right? You knew this was coming. You had 8 days to prepare. I'm sorry, but you get no excuses from me. Leslie Frazier, you've been great, but that run defense needs help right now. Chris, I want to thank you for calling. I don't want to cut you off, but I promise you we will talk later, Chris. I appreciate you for calling. No doubt. Caller, what's up? I see somebody else done banged my line. 716-837-1112 is the call line. You are on WUFO Late Night Sports. What's up, caller? What's good? I know who this is. I can tell by the laugh. Monster, what's up? Yes, bring it. Come on.
You mean to tell me the game plan with professional football coaches? They pass the ball 3 times and you can't stop it?
I knew that was coming.
who will stop that? A Super Bowl caliber team. Finger quotes.
Finger quotes. Love it.
Josh Allen at the end of the game just blinked it. The pass for Dawson Knox got it knocked out of the corner of the end zone. Stephon Diggs in the middle of the field wide open, and Josh didn't see him. The last play of the game, he had Cole Beasley cut to the inside. I don't know who was cut to the outside right behind him. But he looked at Beasley. Beasley was open. He didn't throw to Beasley. He threw it to the second route, and Beasley's defender deflected it. You know what I'm saying? I have 258 million reasons to look at this quarterback and his play last game and say, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, absolutely.
We can't run the ball for anything. Why isn't Antonio Williams in there? Matt Breida gave us nothing. Singletary, nothing. Boss, nothing. What are they waiting for? And I found it really interesting for it, too, that after the post game, they asked Sean McDermott, what's going on with the offense? And he said, I'm very unpleased with the missed opportunities that we had. We should have capitalized on. Now, in the past, Sean McDermott has always stuck up for his coach or deflected and put the blame on himself. This time he didn't. So that makes me wonder, in the back of Sean McDermott's mind, does he know Brian Daboll's not running this offense or calling the play for Josh Allen like he should?
Well, I will say this. First of all, that play that you talk about that Beasley was open on was a double post pattern. It was a double post. And again, remember I just told you about I Spy with my little eye. I'm watching up. First, I'm watching Diggs. Up, I'm watching Cole Beasley. And the guy fell off of Cole Beasley and made the play. You got to give him credit. I think it's number 41 for the Patriots made that play. That's called good game planning and watching film. Is exactly what happened with that. As far as the run game, Monster, I don't know what those guys' game checks are, but they need to be donating those to charity. You can donate any charity in the community of Buffalo, and I think they would be happy to take that donation. But nevertheless,
I'll tell you what, George, I'll pound a 12-pack and I'll run 15 yards.
for sure. With that being said, running, we got to run to a commercial break real quick. We will be back. I promise you. Sports world, rise up, get up. Let's go. You are on WUFO Late Night Sports. Let's go. Like and share. Come on. I'm on fire right now. I'm fired up for this. I'm so excited to have this opportunity.
Great show. So now you're going to go all the way to 56. I'll let you know. I'll count
All the way to 56?
So
all
like
right.
if I say 5, that means 5 minutes to 56. If I say 2 minutes, that means 2
2.
minutes to
Yep.
56.
Got you.
All right.
Got you. We on. Let's go. Listen. Fired up. I know it's a little bit of kinks that I got to work on here and there as far as some things, but nevertheless, we'll iron them things out. We're going to iron it out. We having a good old time. By the way, two fire starter questions coming up. 2 fire starter questions coming up at the second half of the hour. All right. Second half of the hour coming up after the commercial. 2 fire starter questions. Fire starter question number 1. If you had to choose between a receiver, which one would it be? Andre Reed or Stephon Diggs? That is fire starter question number 1. And fire starter question number 2 is, in next year's NFL draft, what position are we drafting first? All right. Those are the 2 fire starter questions tonight. All right. Fire starter question number 1. If you had to choose between a receiver and you got to choose one, you can't choose them both, which one would it be? Stephon Diggs, Andre Reed. Second question, what position should the Buffalo Bills draft for in next year's draft with the first pick that they have? All right. We're gonna keep this thing rolling. Shout out to Monster, shout out to Chris, shout out to everybody who's been tuning in, who's been calling in. Keep these calls rolling. Keep the calls rolling, man. Keep them rolling. I appreciate y'all, man. Bills Mafia, man. Y'all gotta get up. Like my man Monster said, get up. You gotta get up this week. All right, they're going to Tampa. It's going to be a tough one. We will talk about that. Yes, the call was fired. Monster, I swear to God, I appreciate you, man. Love, all love, family. For real. Diggs and a running back, okay? Damon Damone Parker said Diggs and a running back. So you taking Diggs over Andre Reed? Okay, all right. Make sure you in the comment section, put your comments in the comment section. Come on, we running this thing. We are doing big things tonight, man. I swear to God, I'm super ecstatic for all the love and support that you have shown so far, man. We're going to get into this. More Bills talk, NFL talk coming up, picks coming up, NCAA talk coming up too. Yeah. Oh, and I'm going to talk about the Buffalo Sabres at probably like 10:53. I'm going to talk about the Buffalo Sabres a little bit too. All right. So keep it locked. You see it down there, the ticket or tell you, call 716-837-1112. All right. Bang my line. Call in. Let's go. What's good, Brody? What's good, bro? What's good? Tune in. Call in. 716-837-1112. All right. Lots more sports talk to come. Oh, yeah. I'm ready. Told you. This is history in the making, y'all. I promise you. Let's get it. Let's get it. Shout out to my guy, Mookie Hawkins, for making this possible, too. Shout out to the Power 96.5 family for making this possible. I'm super ecstatic right now. You can tell my adrenaline is up. The fire starter is up. Monster, inbox me. Inbox me on that, bro. We back on. Let's get it. We are back with the WUFO Late Night Sports Talk. This is such a blessing. I swear to God, I appreciate everybody who's tuned in right now. Power 96.5, Mix 1080. Call line is open, 716-837-1112. I got 2 fire starter questions for the night, by the way. Callers, make sure y'all call in for the rest of the show. 2 fire starter questions. Fire starter question number 1 is, if you had to pick between a receiver, because this is the season for giving and receiving, you got to choose between Andre Reed or Stephon Diggs. Make sure you call 716-837-1112. And by the way, while I'm saying that, I got a caller on the line right now. They banged my line again. Caller, what's up? Oh, what's up, caller? Bro, what's good? Oh, wait a minute. Is this like a brother? Is this my brother? Is this Malik? My brother Malik? Malik, what's going on? Shout out to Rochester in the house. What's up? What's good? I need to know, how did you feel about that game? Let me know. Oh, wow. Really? Admit that on radio right now that you betted against the Bills. Bills Mafia, please do not take the sins of my brother to heart, okay? For betting against the Bills. But go ahead, bro. Absolutely. We know. Okay. All right. Well, speaking about making bets, I bet you the Bills better have a better performance next week. I tell you that, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know Tom Brady is licking his chops right now like, this is going to be an easy game for me. I'm going to hand off the ball to Leonard Fournette like 30 times. I'm going to throw the ball 20, and we're going to get out of here with a victory. That's what Tom Brady and them thinking right now. Bruce Arians is probably licking his chops. So is Brian Leftwich, the offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Bucks. He probably licking his chops too. Bills Mafia, I need you to rise up, get up. I bet you better have a better game this week coming up. Nevertheless, Malik, you got to tell me what you thought. Tell me something. Give me something besides that you betted on the game. Okay. Oh, Lord. I can't believe that you still holding on to grudges 20 plus years. You were a teenager. Let it go. Nah, I doubt that. I think the Bills will be back in the Super Bowl soon. They just got to get some, iron out some kinks and get some things together, and I think they'll be perfectly fine.
That was a well said point. Do I have to give that to Malik? I mean, when is our time, man?
Yeah, hey, it's got to be real soon, right? By the way, speaking on time, I got to shout out somebody real quick. Kayla McCorker. I got to shout her out. She gets it done. By the way, shout out to you, my lovely niece, my brother's daughter. Shout out to you. Trust me, you in my thoughts. My brother, love you to death. Thank you for calling, by the way. Thank you for calling. Now, sports world, we got to get back to this. Right here, we got some NFL picks to be made. We got some more Bills talk. And I got to talk about the NCAA a little bit too. But don't forget my fire starter questions. Bang my line, I said. Bang my line. 716-837-1112. Fire starter question number 1. If you had to choose between a receiver, who is it? Andre Reed or Stephon Diggs? You got to choose one. All right? Now, that's DJ Ready Rob said it's easy. He said it's easy. How easy is it? What's the answer, DJ?
Stephon, I mean, he's still in school, so his sky is the limit. He's taking up the list, but Andre Reed, I mean, he played obviously, longer for it, but just a veteran. And right now, just look at the stats. The stats won't lie. The stats won't lie. So, pound for pound, and just the way this one they played him on turf, but not what it is now, like that hard turf toe. Andre Reed, to me, hands down, 11.
Okay. All right. Andre Reed. You holding it down still, Andre. Bills Mafia right now saying you the better wide receiver, but I'm you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a hard choice for me, to be honest. But I gotta take Andre Reed too. I love Stephon Diggs. I like what he's doing, but the generations are different. Football was different. But nevertheless, speaking of football being different, we got to make some different moves around here. We gotta make some picks this week. All right. First and foremost, I want to start off with the Bills Tampa Bay game. Tampa is hot right now, 9-3 right now. They got Tom Brady. Need I say more? Because they got Tom Brady. I mean, I could mention Leonard Fournette. I could mention the wide receiving core they got. I could mention that. I could mention the defense that they got. That front seven is probably one of the best in the league. Levon David, Shaq Barrett, and others. Okay? Top front seven. And I guarantee you they'll be coming this week. Or they're just going to rush 4 and drop 7 like everybody else has. All the teams that are really, really good coached. Bruce Arians will be looking probably at Stephon Diggs to double up. Cole Beasley, they'll be looking to spy on him and make Gabe Davis and Emmanuel Sanders beat him. If Dawson Knox can hold on to the ball, maybe they might be able to. But I don't know, man. This one is a tough one. This one is going to be a tough one because you're taking a tough loss Monday night, and then you got to go back Sunday evening. I thought this should have been a Sunday night game, by the way. I do not know why the Packers and the Bears is a 8:20 Sunday night game. Get off of it. Okay, flex. It's time for the league to flex that one. Put the Bills and Bucks on Sunday night and let Josh Allen and Tom Brady go at it this week. All right. Keys for the Bills to actually win this game. Somehow they better get a running game from somebody. Devin Singletary, Zach Moss, Matt Breida. Josh Allen is looking like the leading rusher. He's putting on a Lamar Jackson-esque type of season, running the ball.
What's the little guy that they running out
You talking about Devin Singletary?
Yes. Okay. So if you had to narrow it down to Singletary and of course Moss, who would you pick and why? We could only go with one.
Okay, so Devin Singletary is obviously one of those LaShawn McCoy type of runners. He's a East and West type of runner, the type of guy who looks for, a hole to open up, to get into. He's shifty, can be elusive a little bit, has a quick first step. But here's the problem with that. Athletes have gotten faster and they are more in shape. So that type of run style doesn't always work, especially when you have an offensive line like the Buffalo Bills. Secondly, when you are talking about a game of inches, you need to get at least 4 or 5 yards on first down. Zach Moss might be the guy to get you 4 or 5 yards because he's more of the bruiser back that can run in between the trenches, off the tackle, off the guard a little bit. He doesn't have to bounce it out to east or west to get some free grass. I call it free grass in front of him to make plays. So I would have to pick Zach Moss because I'm gonna be honest with you, the Buffalo Bills need a run game and they need to get some first downs on the ground instead of always having to use Josh Allen's arm to get first downs and rely on chunk plays. I gotta take Zach Moss.
We need power. We need the total package. We need power.
Yes, you do.
He has to me more like a second like Fred Jackson, just an all around pound for pound. Why won't they keep Zach Moss or start him? When he gets tired or whatever, then you bring the other guy in. But right now, hands down, Zach Moss is so easy. Like the defense, they can read that. It's nothing to tackle the other guy. Nothing against him, but we need power, man.
You getting power right now if you tune it in to Power 96.5 WUFO Late Night Sports. You getting power questions being asked by DJ Ready Rob right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's because of ball security. Both of them have ball security issues. Zach Moss and Devin Singletary both have ball security issues, which is the reason why neither one of them are the every 3 down back at all. They're not the what we call workhorse back in the NFL because one, Devin Singletary is too small to be that, and he has ball security issues, and Zach Moss is big enough to be that, but still has ball security issues and stamina. I think his stamina is a problem too sometimes. Yeah. Yes. No. And the Bills not going to use him like Frank Gore either. By the way, the Bills already experimented with Frank Gore. We know how that turned out. Which shout out to Frank Gore. Phenomenal career, by the way. But nevertheless, speaking of Frank Gore, we got to get into a gorge of NFL picks coming up, by the way. Week 14 has some interesting games. All right. Speaking of Thursday night's Minnesota Pittsburgh Steelers game. FBI has the Minnesota Vikings winning this one. 62% of the nation is saying that Minnesota will win. I don't think so. Adam Thielen is out this week, by the way. I'm taking Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh just got a uplifting win last week by a point. People are surprised, like, oh, Pittsburgh won that game. Now everybody's talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers again. When you got Ben Roethlisberger, a resilient team, you got to be careful. I think they're going to be resilient again this week, and the Pittsburgh Steelers will win. Shout out to my guy, Mookie Hawkins, because I don't know if you guys remember, for all those that watching every week, Mookie Hawkins said that the Minnesota Vikings was a playoff team. Do you remember that? I don't think so. Not without Dalvin Cook being healthy, they ain't, or Adam Thielen playing, they not. I don't know if he liked that or y'all like that, but nevertheless, my pick is Pittsburgh. Now, Ravens-Browns coming up. 54% of the world says Cleveland. Interesting. The Ravens are 8-3. They do have a couple outs in this game. The Cleveland Browns has a couple ouches. Njoku out for the game. Harrison Bryant out for the game. The Ravens, Jawan James, the offensive lineman, is out for this game. I'm taking Cleveland because I believe that Cleveland will rock this week and get over the 500 hump. Because if they don't, I swear they will need to make some adjustments, and Baker Mayfield might be the topic of conversation coming up. Jags and Titans. The Titans have been doing a phenomenal job this year playing without Julio Jones, a guy who they acquired in the offseason. He is on IR right now, but they're still winning games. Still winning games. 81% of the world got Tennessee winning this, and this is against the Jacksonville Jaguars, which I hate to mention the Buffalo Bills lost to. I'm taking Tennessee. We got the Raiders and Chiefs coming up too. The Chiefs surging. By the way, that Buffalo Bills loss motivated the Chiefs. The Chiefs are now 8-4. I'm taking the Chiefs over the hapless Raiders, who looked defeated after last week's loss to the no-name Washington football team. Saints and Jets. Okay, Saints and Jets. I'm taking the Saints. 71% of the world says the Saints. Even though Mark Ingram is out for the Saints, I'm still taking the Saints to win this one. Jameis Winston will be back too. Cowboys and that Washington no-name football team. Cowboys been looking pretty good. Shout out to Marcus Betts. I'm waiting for him to bang my line too. But Marcus Betts and his Cowboys will win this game. I got the Falcons and the Panthers. I'm going to take the Panthers because the Panthers have a better defense. Panthers only give up 19 points per game, by the way, against the Atlanta, we can't get it done, we can't figure it out. Falcons, y'all got to do better. I don't know what y'all going to do in the offseason, but y'all need to do something and quick. Matt Ryan might be a trade topic of discussion. Do something quick. This Atlanta Falcons team is going nowhere. All right, Seahawks and Texans. This is a no-brainer, even though Jamal Adams is out, and the Seattle Seahawks have been quite disappointing this year, even with Russell Wilson at the as the signal caller. I'm going to take the Seahawks because they're playing the Texans, for crying out loud. I mean, Texan is more like legitimate than the Texans right now. I could text, yo, bang my line, and that would be a whole lot more legitimate than this Houston Texans football team. Yes, he is playing. Lord Jesus, playing for that dismal team. Good God Almighty. Probably one of the worst teams in the NFL. Speaking of one of the worst teams in the NFL, they got a win this past week. The Detroit 313 Lions got a week this week. Folks, if you think that that's some type of like surgence, you're lying. Literally, the Broncos will win this one in Denver. They give up 18 points per game. I'm taking the Denver Broncos, the 6-6 Denver Broncos, by the way. Giants and Chargers. The Chargers will be super charged up, even though Keenan Allen is out. Daniel Jones is doubtful for this game, so I do not trust in the quarterback play of the Giants whatsoever. And by the way, the Clapper should be on his way out the door too after this season, hopefully. Good God Almighty, I'm taking the Chargers, all right? 49ers, Bengals coming up. Listen, if the Bengals do not win this week, I am writing them off as pretenders. I got to. The 49ers have actually played pretty decent the last couple of weeks. The Bengals beat all the good teams and then play dismal or play to their competition or below it when it comes to other teams. I don't like it whatsoever. Come on. Are you going to make a statement? The division is right there for the taking, putty cats. Don't be putty cats this week, all right? Be the Bengals. I'll take the Bengals. Hopefully they do something better than what they did last week. Bills, Bucks, I already told you. This one is going to be tough. I'm going to take the Bills because I believe that the Bills know that this is go time. This is put up or shut up time for the Buffalo Bills. Brian Dable and Leslie Frazier better have a better game plan this week. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills, but it's going to be like a point or two. I'll take them 28-25, 28-27. I'll go with 28-27. Why not? All right, Bears, Packers. I don't even know why this is a game. And by the way, somebody else done banged my line again, but I'm going to take the Packers because this one is easy. The Packers are the best team right now in the NFC, and I don't care what nobody's got to say about it. And they get Jari Alexander, David Bakhtiari, and they get Zadarius Smith back this week. 9-3 Packers look like they're going to go 10-3 Sunday night game. I'm going to save the Monday night game because a caller is on the line. He banged my line. He or she banged my line. Caller, what's up? Oh, my goodness. I speak his name and he appears. Marcus Betts, what's going on? What's good, Marcus?
What's good, man?
How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm sorry. I was reading around stuff, man. I used to go to school, man. I was like, man, I was going to call you, so here I am.
I'm glad that you called in. Shout out to the Rise Up family. By the way, the Alphabet Football Talk Show every Friday, 10 o'clock. Make sure you bang that on Facebook Live. Make sure you tune into that. Rise Up family in the building. What's up? What's up, Marcus? How do you feel about the game?
Which game?
You know what game? The Bills Patriots.
Bills Patriots, man. Look, shout out to my man, Ricky Hopkins. He been talking really bad to me, man. I'm gonna see him too, though. But it's just, look, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. Always remember that. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. The issue that happened was the Buffalo Bills really didn't get better this year. And what happened was everybody is game planning for what they were doing last year. Exactly.
Good way to look at it.
They're taking steps away.
Yeah.
They're taking steps away. I heard somebody say this on a radio show the other day. He said the Buffalo Bills are a cold weather team that's built like a dome team. And when he said that to me, it kind of like, wow, in cold weather, what are the two things you got to be able to do when you play in the cold weather?
Run the football is one.
They can't run the football. They can't run the football. And you can't stop the run. And when you get in the playoffs, you have to be able to run the football. Now, I keep hearing everybody blaming Dable. The bottom line is he's limited by personnel. Who's the best running back on the team?
I don't think we really right. I was about to say I don't think we have an answer for that unless you're going to say Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's the best runner on the team. Breida he's a space back. He's a little dude. That's why the 49ers got rid of him. That's why the Dolphins got rid of him. Devin Singletary, I've been telling you this for years. Me and you got a big debate. I told you.
Yes, sir.
So Devin Singletary ain't that guy, right?
You did. Being a running back yourself, being a running back coach yourself, you did tell me.
And Zach Moss is a Jag. And not a Jacksonville Jag.
Just a guy. Yep, just a guy.
So, I mean, that's what it is. And the thing is, it's kind of, it's kind of late in the game because all the teams that you're going to see in the playoffs, if you do make the playoffs, because right now you're sitting at the 7th seed. If you do make the playoffs, you're going to have to see the Browns who can run the ball. You're going to have to see the Chargers.
Career high for him, but it nuts out of just a.
Running the ball now with Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Darrell Williams. So it's like you're in trouble. And I feel bad because this week you're going to go see Fournette.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Marcus, real quick, let me ask you two questions before we move on in the show. Two questions, fire starter questions. Number one, if you got to take a receiver, Andre Reed or Stephon Diggs, which one is it?
Look, Andre Reed, I never like to disrespect the Hall of Fame. Andre Reed's the Hall of Famer. But just from what I've seen, just watching both of them play, because I watched Andre Reed against my Cowboys in the 90s, Stephon Diggs is a more explosive receiver.
Okay.
He's more explosive. Because he just did. And that's no disrespect, Andre. Stephon Diggs is that dude, man. He's a dog.
Okay, my second question is, what position would you, if you are the Buffalo Bills, what position do you draft next year with the first pick that you have in next year's draft?
What they should have did this past year. You should have moved up and got Najee Harris.
Okay.
You should have got Najee Harris, and you couldn't get Najee Harris.
You heard that, DJ?
You didn't need a pass rusher. I mean, I know you want Gregory Rousseau, second in the nation in stats in 2019. He opted out in 2020. Gregory Rousseau was second in the nation in sacks behind Chase Young. A lot of people didn't know that. But that's not what you needed. What you needed was a bruising, mauling back. If you couldn't get your hands on Najee Harris, the next best thing was Devontae Williams. But that's neither here nor there. I'm going to always one. They need to go get a back.
For sure.
An elite running back, not a jam like Zach Moss, not a third down back like Devin Singletary on Rita. Oh, but the other thing y'all need to let Antonio Williams play. Well, what's wrong with that?
You got to ask Brian Dable and the coaching staff on that. But
and you need look, Darla to the leg. He ain't that guy.
We talked about him earlier. By the way,
a refrigerator with legs on the defensive line.
For sure. By the way, thank you, Marcus Betts, for calling in. I appreciate you. Rise up, family, forever, my brother. I appreciate you.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. Much love and respect. My man Mookie Hawkins, what's up, and what's up, everybody? Man, y'all be safe, man. Happy holidays.
Absolutely. Appreciate you for calling in. Marcus Betts from Texas, from El Paso, Texas, calling in. By the way, Mookie Hawkins, thank you very much for making this happen, man, making the opportunity happen. This is going to be an everlasting opportunity. I appreciate you so very much. I know you down there drinking on your Mai Tais or your mimosas or having a good old time in the beaches of Tampa. But yeah, man, speaking of which, having a good old time, we got to get back to these picks real quick. And my Monday night pick is LA. I'm taking the Rams over the Cardinals, by the way. I know the Cardinals is 10-2. You guys are probably like, really? The Cardinals? You think the Rams are going to beat the Cardinals in Arizona? Yes, I do. The Cardinals need a statement win. Oh, yeah. The Cardinals need a statement win, and this is going to be the statement win for the Rams, by the way. Not the Cardinals, but the Rams. All right? NCAA talk. I got to get into it real quick. The 4 has been chosen. All right? Say no more. We have 4. Okay? 4, Alabama. Number 1 in the nation, Alabama took care of business, beat Georgia. So they are playing Luke Fickell and his Cincinnati Bearcats. Shout out to Luke Fickell, by the way, who was honored today as college football's top head coach this year. All right. Jim Harbaugh, khaki pants, I called him khaki pants. Jim Harbaugh has made it to the dance. They will be going against Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs. All right. You will have to wait for my picks Sunday. Okay. You'll wait for those picks on Sunday. I'm not giving you picks right now. I need to assess some things, but nevertheless, I'm super ecstatic for Luke Fickell. Super ecstatic for him. All right. Buffalo Sabres talk. I got to move on real quick because we got like 2 minutes before we got to go. An hour goes by quick when you're having fun on the Power Station, Power 96.5, WUFO, Mix 1080. I had a great time. I got to talk about the Sabres real quick. The Sabres have allowed 4 goals or more in 12 of the last 17 games they've played. I've talked to Don a couple times. I've talked to players. I know, the fire starter be there. They need to go get a legitimate goaltender. But I will say, maybe Pekka is the legitimate goaltender. He had a good outing last night. They just didn't score. They got beat 2-0 last night. Did not score whatsoever against the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, and it was a dismal performance thereof. Rasmus Dahlin, I need you to step it up, bro. They're gonna either take you off defenseman and make you a forward, or you gotta play. Or you gotta play. Shout out to the Razor, by the way. I got to talk to him last night too. He had a lot of great insight. The Razor. Shout out to Rob Ray, if you don't know who the Razor is. Also, I want to let y'all know that the fire starter will be here Sunday. I can't wait for Sunday. Cannot wait for Sunday to come. By the way, support everything positive. DJ Ready Rob. Anything else we got to say? We out the door. We leaving? Because if we leaving, I want y'all to leave empowered. By the way, make sure that you love on somebody. Be positive. And I'm going to steal this one from the coach. Make sure you wash your hands.
Of $1,000 with Diddy in the morning.
I enjoyed it. I hope y'all did too. Thank y'all for tuning in, supporting. All right. I will see y'all real soon. Not going to get emotional on here, but I want to thank y'all for tuning in for sure.